Hi, welcome. In this video, this is part 6 of my breakdown response series again, by way again of Bow Wow Bill. I guess he goes by Bob now. And Larry Krohn. And again, talk about this whole big controversy, another controversy happening in the dog training community by way of the International Association of Canine Professionals. This whole thing started over, punishment. And you saw a force-free trainer getting taken down by way of, again, a dog dying in a vehicle. And that's going to be brought up here, this whole thing here with this podcast. And then you see Dylan Jones, calling out the president of this association by way, again, of how he engaged a relationship problem by way of a remote caller. And again, I talked through that in terms of that issue. But again, these trainers, again, virtue signaling, because that's all it amounts to when, again, you're not actually confronting the real issue. And again, I put out specific information as to what that issue is. But again, we'll play some more of this. I think going through this this goes on for almost 3 hours, but we're going to go through quite a bit of it. And again, using this as a framework. Okay, so we go through, the problems of the dog training community. Listen to this podcast. It's just it's just the same stuff. And so it's just like Groundhog Day, like over and over again with these trainers. And it's like the inability to step back. And again, I put the information, the information on a silver platter. But understand something here. It requires a trade-off. Understand this is like a cult. Okay, understand that this is a type of belief system. These trainers are suffering from a type of identity crisis. They cannot see the forest, for the trees. They're all entrenched in this idea of things. And when you talk about forest-free trainers, the balanced dog trainers are in just as bad a shape. Okay, understand when it comes to this issue. So you see the same type of divisiveness, engagement, and here, Larry Krohn on this podcast, the more he's putting back the old bourbon, the more the trash talking is increasing. So, but again, you hear that. So you talk about calling people out, but based on what? I mean, again, what's your basis for calling anybody out? These trainers have they're on shifting sand here. When it comes to a foundation. So the fact that they're trying to call anyone out is just amounts to nothing more than personal attacks. That's all this is.
You don't need to. You don't need to count 2 seconds. Oh, I missed the window. Oh, like I can't even imagine all the energetic residue that's left in people's brains when they're trying to always stay in front of the problem when they just need to get the hell out of the way.
I put another video talking about this. This isn't a timing issue by way of punishment. This is a reconciling the core ingredients issue at the social level. Okay, I understand there's a difference here.
It's ridiculous. So listen, here's the new thing. The new thing is and I just had this conversation with a really cool TWC trainer the other day at my seminar. He's a certified TWC trainer. I had this cool conversation with him. I'm so grateful that I never stayed in and got certified. I am, because I think I could be more effective by pushing people to go that way when I'm not officially part of it. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. We talked about this before. I mean, he comes on, he must be getting kickbacks or something because he keeps pushing, training without conflict.
Yeah. I have nothing to gain by it. And I thought about the other day, because if I was so engrossed in it and certified in it, maybe it wouldn't have the same effect. But listen, I've pushed certain trainers.
I talked about this. It comes down, no matter what the approach or method is, it comes down whether or not those core ingredients are reconciled. Okay, that's the bottom line. The answer would be no.
For a long time, not myself. I've told people it never made sense to me to learn from anyone but the best out there. Yep. But yet you have people going to, I had someone jump on that post I made, my video, real nasty, because I commented on allowing Sean O'Shea to be part of the video in the IACP. He's garbage. And if you think he's a good trainer, you know nothing about training. And I got this guy saying he's the best around, the best out of anybody. I said, then you, my friend, are a complete idiot.
So again, talk about him calling them out as garbage. Okay, based on what again?
Like a complete idiot, because that is someone that has destroyed dogs for years, but more importantly, taught others how to destroy dogs. So fuck you. Think about how many times you've heard me say someone's name out loud in a bad way. There's been very few people. I don't do it.
We're hearing it now.
I do it when I know you're a piece of shit and causing more harm than good. That's when I don't care. That's when I don't care. And a lot of people don't like that. I lost 150 followers on Instagram yesterday because of the rebuttal to the Antonio's video.
So again, this went back a little bit. So we're kind of repeating the same stuff I talked about in the last part here.
Think about how sick that is. I didn't say nothing bad. I wasn't harmful to anyone. I was respectful, but people don't like the truth.
Yeah, like I said, it's you said the truth. The truth is subjective in the dog training world. It's based on appearances. So that's why the statement that, that trainers make, there's more than one way, and encourage people to kind of re-examine that statement in light of the information I'm putting out regarding appearances.
They don't like the truth. It's absolutely insane what we deal with in this very, very, very fragile egos, very fragile egos.
Well, and I think that it's important to realize that I don't care if I gain followers, if I gain friends. Is that Benny back in the?
That's Benny. Why is Benny barking? Oh, that's my boy getting home with no shirt on. I'm sorry. I don't know why we.
It's important to have these conversations. Like people say, like this is an embarrassment. This is, and
oh, there's the bourbon. So here you have, Bob, okay, talking about, well, this is embarrassment. Well, this whole thing's an embarrassment. Understand that, the dog training world is called a social disgrace. Okay, it's beyond an embarrassment. Okay, it's the fact that it's corrupt, and you see all these, dogs getting destroyed. This is a human problem. So these trainers are all caught up in their social media, their personalities, jumping on social, but again, not a whisper, complete silence when it comes to what the real issue is.
But it needs to happen, dude. Like I think that people need to have an understanding that there is no harmony. Somebody just posted up here a comment that is, dude, there's so many fucking comments here. Let me find it because it was good and I wanted to post it up, but you guys were shooting the breeze about right here. Elcon, great comment. Bad training is bad training.
Beautiful comment.
So here's a comment. There is no training community. I don't know why some people are trying to be peacemaker. Bad training is bad training. Well, what's bad training? Talk about the whole thing's bad. Okay, the whole thing's corrupt at its core. So these trainers on here are trying to, identify what bad training is. Well, I mean, the bad training is this idea that training's a learning-based exercise, what these trainers are in agreement with. So this is ridiculous. It really is.
That shit needs to be put on a T-shirt.
There's no.
But here's the thing.
Well, we put it on a T-shirt along with Robert Cabral's T-shirts, like "Science has no place in dog training." That's one of the most contradictory statements I've ever heard coming out of the balanced dog training community. So, yeah, put it on the. You got that in the front. Put this on the back. But it's just meaningless. It's just like, it should have a finger pointed back at the person wearing it. It's ridiculous.
Bill, and to what Elcon is saying, okay? Someone posted, I'm not going to say who, someone posted a video a few weeks ago. It was really bad training, like really bad training dealing with an aggression case. It was really bad. But because the person is very well liked and popular, no one had anything to say except the honest people. If a person that wasn't very popular or well known posted that same identical video,
same thing. So anything coming out of the balanced dog training community about assessing what bad training is, I wouldn't put a lot of weight in it. Okay, just understand that. So whatever Krohn has to say about bad training, I wouldn't put a lot of stock into anything. That's not to say that it isn't problematic. Okay, it's just like all these trainers jumping on the Jeff Gelman situation, including Krohn, try to call that situation as abuse. Trying to attach a label to that situation. This is not abuse; it's confusion. But see, that's the confusion even when they're talking about this whole controversy over the role of punishment. Well, it's like Groundhog Day. Okay, it's the same. It's the same stuff. It's no different.
If we used AI to change the face, people would have been outraged. You're a fraud. If you're okay because he's doing it, but not okay if this person's doing it, you're a fraud. Don't say you put the dogs.
To talk about people being fraud, and don't get me wrong, it has become about personalities. If people, as long as people tell me what I want to hear, hey, I'm all for it. See, that's the problem with our training. Well, it isn't about truth that way. This is about liking certain people based just on their personality. It's not about whether the information's bad or the process is bad.
First, you put the dogs first when it's convenient for you. Okay. Oh, Bill, you just like froze in the weirdest looking way, like you were having a seizure or something. Yeah, I look back. Yeah, you're back. Okay. Nice, Elcon. Very, very nice. You're right.
Mm-hmm. Once he posted that comment, I was like, oh man, that's exactly it. Bad training is bad training. And we owe these dogs better. We owe these dogs the best that we can do. And that's why there's no finish line to learning. There's no finish line to seeking mentors. And that's one of the things that attracted me to Dylan.
There's no finish line. I mean, see these statements. I can't help myself. It's just like there's no. It's like the scripture says, always learning but never coming to the knowledge of the truth. This is an example of that. It's happening in the dog training world. It's like being turned over, right, to this idea, this belief system. Like always in these trainings is incredible. It's like they say always learning. Well, but they're saying that they're trust what they're saying. Trust this picture, right? It's just totally contradictory. How do you make sense of what these trainers are even saying? They should instead of learn, they should be open to what the source of the problem is. Not about learning. Say it's like they'll learn anything except what the source of the problem is. Right? People spend thousands and thousands of dollars on these trainers as long as they're telling them what they want to hear. See, that's the problem in the dog training world. It's not about the truth that way. These trainers talk about truth, but it's not truth. Okay? It's just about, a superficial idea of things. That's it.
No clue who this guy was. I was watching his videos and I was like, that's legit.
Yes,
what's he doing? What's he doing? Yes, and then following up the pipeline to Ivan, and I've known about Ivan, and I'm so happy that I know and know Ivan on a different level, and I call him my friend now. The first time that I reached out to Ivan, I was like, "You want to come on a live stream?" Didn't know him, didn't anything.
We'll skip part of this.
Malinois that are such a high level be so chill. And Greg Van Kuren from, dude, you would have lost a finger.
Yes, I talk about this all the time, Bill. Like I talk about it all the time, and I never use myself. Like I deal with a lot of dogs, like a lot of sport dog people. I just did another police canine seminar where getting a strong dog to out is a real problem for these people, right?
Yes.
And I tried to show them examples with my dogs, but I say, don't take it from me. I say, if you go watch Ivan's dogs or Bart's dogs, they're very strong and powerful. Do you ever see them not out like quickly and wanting to? No. So why do you think if you teach an out, you're going to make a weaker dog? Like, does your dog look stronger than mine? From the people that are above me? But then my job is to be a teacher to themselves. It sets them apart. And I understand that. So if you're going to be kind enough to share something with me that totally changed this around.
He does this a lot too. Like he talks about people show him, but he doesn't actually say what it is. Okay. There's a lot of that in this podcast where Krohn's talking about, I can't offer that up. And he makes it seem like some kind of a mystical thing. It's ridiculous. I put everything out there as to what a process is. These trainers, that's what they do. It's because it's part of this playing the fence thing. It's like as though they have some hidden information. I suggest it's more just about not knowing. It's more just about not wanting to say certain things than that. These trainers are very, the secret squirrel. Like they just play this type of game. on these podcasts.
Well, fuck, I'm going to take that to the grave because I owe you that much. You understand? And if anytime that person says, hey, if someone's struggling, go ahead and help them with this, I will. But I tell you what happens. The first time I help someone with it, they're going to tell someone else because there's not a lot of people out there. I come from a world.
So he talks about not telling. It's just this whole
world where I grew up in Jersey. If you rat or
let's skip some of this.
So when I hear someone saying, you know, seminars are useless, you can't learn anything. Yeah, if you're giving it, that dog running around playing with other dogs, I'm like, oh my God, that's. And then I look at it, I go, wait a second, when the fuck was this? They're like, dude, that was like 3 a.m. I was like, oh my God, dude, I can't hang with you today. I'm like, no, dude, it's my working spots get first pick. Just take what you want.
So we'll stop it here because I'm going to move in the next part. I'm going to move it ahead here. So a lot of this is just like back and forth, kind of superficial stuff going on here. The point of the podcast is going in and kind of digging away at some of these talking points over the controversy, the confusion of balanced dog training. So again, stay tuned for part 7 coming up here shortly.